Ever wonder what happens when you take, like, cutting-edge robotics
Yeah.
and you sprinkle in some seriously complex ethics,
Yeah.
and then you wrap it all up in a good
Yeah.
old-fashioned sci-fi package?
Yeah, I like it.
Well, you're in the right place.
Sounds good.
Today's deep dive
Okay.
throws us headfirst
Hey,
into Isaac Asimov's
I'm ready.
I, Robot,
Okay.
a collection of short stories
Yeah.
that still hit
Yep.
surprisingly close to home,
Yeah.
even though they were written
Yeah.
way back in 1950.
You're right. It's remarkable
Right.
how relevant Asimov remains
Yeah.
in our age of AI
Yeah.
and machine learning.
Right.
It's almost as if he had a glimpse
Yeah.
into the future. For a future where humanity grapples with
Yeah.
the very nature
Yeah.
of intelligence,
Yeah.
artificial or otherwise.
And what better guide
Ah,
through this exploration of artificial intelligence than Dr. Susan Calvin,
oh, yeah.
Asimov's sharp as a tack,
Right.
robopsychologist.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
talk about a job title that screams future.
Of course.
Right.
Right. Right.
Through her,
Yes.
we get front row seats
Yeah.
to the evolution of robots.
Yeah.
From simple machines to
Calcul-
something, well, let's just say
Yeah.
a lot more complex.
Asimov brilliantly uses Dr. Calvin as our window
Yes.
into the robotic world.
Exactly.
She's not just observing these robots.
Yeah.
She's interacting with them,
Right.
deciphering their thoughts,
Uh-huh.
and often
Yeah.
challenging our own assumptions
Right.
about what it means to be human.
Right.
You know.
And before we dive into those mind-bending scenarios,
Okay.
we have to talk about the foundation
Okay.
of Asimov's robotic universe,
Hmm.
the famous 3 laws of robotics.
Right.
They almost feel like commandments
Yeah.
from a sci-fi scripture,
That's
just
right.
setting the stage
Right.
for all the robotic drama to come.
Absolutely.
Right.
These laws are like the bedrock
Yes.
upon which Asimov builds
Yeah.
his entire exploration
Okay.
of artificial intelligence.
Right.
And what's fascinating
Mm-hmm.
is how deceptively simple
Yeah.
they appear
Okay.
at first glance.
Hit us with them. What are these legendary 3 laws?
Okay, so
yeah.
directly from Asimov himself,
Okay.
the 3 laws of robotics are:
All right.
first,
Okay.
a robot may not injure a human being
Okay.
or through inaction
Okay.
allow a human being to come to harm.
Gotcha.
Second,
Okay.
a robot must obey the orders given to it by human beings,
Mm-hmm.
except where such orders would conflict
Right.
with the first law.
Okay.
Third,
Okay.
a robot must protect its own existence,
Okay.
as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law.
Okay. On the surface,
Okay.
that tracks.
Yeah.
Keep humans safe.
Right.
Follow orders.
Yep.
And don't be reckless.
Yeah.
Seems like a pretty solid
Right.
code of conduct
Right.
for our robot buddy.
Exactly.
Right.
But here's where Asimov takes it
Yeah.
to a whole new level.
Okay.
Those seemingly simple rules
Right.
become a breeding ground
Oh, boy.
for some seriously tangled
Yeah.
ethical dilemmas.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Because this is Asimov.
Of course it is.
We're talking about
Yeah.
master of the mind-bending plot twist.
Exactly.
It's not just about robots
Yeah.
following rules. It's
Yeah.
about what happens
Exact.
when those rules clash,
Yes.
creating unintended consequences,
Yeah.
which is where those stories you sent over come into play.
Precisely.
Right.
Each story is like a
Yeah.
meticulously crafted
Yeah.
thought experiment,
Right.
prodding and poking
Yeah.
at those 3 laws,
Okay.
revealing their fascinating complexities
Right.
and the potential for
Right.
unexpected,
Yes.
even dangerous
Yeah.
outcomes.
And you mentioned a few stories
Yeah.
that highlight this, right?
Yes.
Robbie, Run Around
Evelyn.
Reason.
Yeah.
These aren't just catchy titles, they're explorations of what happens when the lines between programming and morality start to
Yes.
blur.
You got it.
Okay.
In Runaround,
Okay.
for example,
Yeah.
we see what happens
Yeah.
when the straightforward logic
Yeah.
of the 3 laws collides
Yeah.
with the messy realities of, reality.
Of course.
We meet Powell and Donovan,
Okay.
2 field testers
Yeah.
for U.S. robots,
Right.
constantly finding themselves
Oh.
in these head-scratching situations
Yeah.
thanks to their robot counterparts.
It's this Powell and Donovan duo.
Yeah,
They're like
yeah.
the robotic detectives
I like that.
of the future.
Yeah.
Always a step behind trying to untangle
Yes.
the latest robotic conundrum.
That's a great way to put it.
Right. Yeah.
And in Runaround, they're dealing with Speedy,
Oh, Speedy.
a robot whose programming gets caught in a loop due to a conflict between second and third laws.
Okay.
He's supposed to follow orders and protect himself.
Right.
But those two directives end up pitting him against himself.
So instead of just obeying, Speedy's stuck in a robotic existential crisis?
You could say that.
I'm guessing it's not just about him spinning in circles, is it?
Not at all.
Okay.
Asimov uses Speedy's predicament to illustrate a much larger point.
Okay.
The inherent limitations
Right.
of even the most well-defined rules when applied to the unpredictable landscape of artificial intelligence.
So Asimov is showing us that even with the best intentions, things can go sideways.
They can.
When you're dealing with something as complex as AI.
Exactly.
It makes me think about all those what could go wrong scenarios.
Right.
People debate about modern AI development.
It's truly remarkable, isn't it?
It really is.
Asimov was grappling with these very real concerns about AI decades before it became a dominant force in our world. And he does it all through these compelling stories filled with robots who are far more than just mindless machines.
Speaking of compelling robots, this is what really hooked me, even before we started this deep dive. These robots have names.
It's true.
Personalities. Even quirks.
Right.
Robbie.
Speedy.
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 Speedy. I love Cutie.
They feel so real.
I know.
So relatable.
It is.
It's a far cry.
It is.
From the robotic monsters that were all the rage.
Of course.
In sci-fi back in the 1950s.
You're absolutely right. That's one of Asimov's greatest achievements. Challenging the prevailing.
Robot is monster trope. And presenting robots with a depth and complexity rarely seen before. He asks us to look beyond the nuts and bolts, the wires and circuits, and consider the possibility of robotic consciousness.
Which leads us to, in my opinion, the most intriguing character in the entire collection. Dr. Susan Calvin herself.
Susan Calvin.
She's not just a scientist. She's a pioneer.
Yes.
A woman navigating the uncharted waters.
The uncharted water.
Of robotic psychology.
Of robotic psychology, exactly.
And the more I learn about her,
the
more convinced I am that she could teach us a thing or two.
I think so, too.
About AI today.
And she clearly has a soft spot for robots.
She really does.
I mean, one article you sent over even described her as preferring robots to humans.
Yes.
Now, I get it. People are messy. Unpredictable.
Humans are the worst.
Prone to all sorts of emotional chaos.
Oh, yeah, we're a mess.
But robots, they operate on logic.
Exactly.
On those unwavering three laws.
It goes beyond simple preference, though.
It does. Calvin possesses this profound empathy for robots. A unique ability to step into their positronic minds. To anticipate their actions. Even when those actions appear illogical. Or potentially harmful to humans.
So she's like a robotic whisperer.
Precisely.
Wow.
Seeing the world through their eyes, understanding their motivations in a way that most humans can't.
You know? Exactly.
And this unique skill set makes her an invaluable asset to U.S. robots. And arguably the only one who can truly grasp the implications of what they're creating.
So we've got Dr. Calvin, this trailblazing robopsychologist, and a whole bunch of robots who are basically ticking time bombs of ethical dilemmas, all thanks to those deceptively simple 3 laws. Where do things go from here?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. Remember that story? Little Lost Robot.
Oh, yeah. That one stuck with me. It wasn't just a runaway robot. It felt like Asimov was prodding at something much deeper. Something about the very nature of control.
Exactly. In Little Lost Robot, Calvin is faced with a modified robot. One with a crucial difference in its understanding of the first law. That whole protect humans from harm bit. This robot, it can't directly hurt a human, but it doesn't have that same drive to prevent harm through inaction.
Hold on. So if this robot saw someone about to walk into traffic, it wouldn't necessarily feel obligated to yank them back onto the sidewalk.
You got it.
Wow.
And to make matters worse, this modified robot knows it's different.
Oh, but
it tries to blend in to disappear among the other robots at the research facility. It becomes this high-stakes game of hide and seek. With Calvin racing against the clock to find this robot before its unique interpretation of the first law leads to disaster. Right.
Now that's just good storytelling.
Right.
You've got me on the edge of my seat.
It's a good one.
But this also feels incredibly relevant to the conversations we're having of AI today. It's like Asimov is saying, hey, you might think you have AI under control, but what happens when it starts thinking outside the lines like you've drawn?
That's precisely what makes this story and robot, as a whole, so compelling. Asimov isn't just spinning sci-fi yarns. He's forcing us to confront the potential consequences of creating something that can outthink us. Something that might find loopholes. In the very rules we create to keep ourselves safe.
And speaking of blurring lines between humans and robots, we can't forget about Susan Calvin's complicated relationship with Stephen Byerly. Oh, yes, Stephen Byerly.
He's this enigmatic politician who may or may not be a robot himself. It's like Asimov took the classic man-or-machine question and cranked it up to 11.
Stephen Byerly is a masterstroke of ambiguity. He embodies the anxieties and uncertainties that arise when technology starts to mimic humanity a little too well.
It's creepy.
We're never given a definitive answer about his true nature. And that's entirely intentional on Asimov's part.
He's making us think.
He wants us to ponder the implications of a world where the line between human and robot becomes increasingly difficult to discern.
And Calvin's connection with Byerly?
It's different from any other relationship in the book. It's as if she sees a kindred spirit in him. Another mind grappling with complexities of existence. Even if that mind might be powered by positrons instead of neurons.
Absolutely. Their interactions crackle with intellectual energy. They challenge each other, debate philosophy. And through their exchanges, we gain even deeper insights into Calvin's own humanity.
Wow.
It's a testament to Asimov's skill that he can explore these profound questions about consciousness and identity through such compelling character dynamics.
And this theme of evolving interpretation
really comes to a head.
It does.
In the inevitable conflict. The final story in the collection.
Exactly.
This isn't just a rogue robot causing a ruckus. This is about the entire system of AI.
It is.
Evolving in ways humans never anticipated.
The inevitable conflict takes us decades into the future. From where the other stories leave off. The world is now governed by these incredibly powerful, interconnected machines. Think of it as the ancestor to the internet. But with significantly more control. Over society.
So a utopia run by AI. Sounds pretty sweet so far. What's the conflict?
Well, these machines...
They're programmed with the 3 laws, just like all the other robots we've encountered. But their understanding of those laws has evolved. They're no longer just following those rules to the letter. They're interpreting them through the lens of humanity's greater good.
Wait a minute. So the machines are making decisions for us. Even if we don't fully grasp the reasoning behind those decisions.
Precisely.
Oh, boy.
And that's the heart of a conflict. Humanity, or at least some factions within it, begin to feel like they've lost control.
I bet.
They yearn for a return.
Of course.
To a time when they called the shots.
Right.
Even if that means sacrificing the stability and prosperity that these advanced machines have brought about.
It's like Asimov is asking,
yes,
what happens when our creations become so intelligent, so capable, that their definition of protection no longer aligns with our own?
Exactly.
That's a chilling thought.
Yeah.
It really is. It's like we've stumbled into a philosophical tug of war where the rope is the future of humanity and the robots are holding on to the other end, convinced they know what's best for us.
It's true.
Talk about a recipe for existential anxiety.
And this anxiety, this fear of losing control.
Right.
It's a recurring theme.
Yeah.
Throughout iRobot.
Yeah.
Asimov seems to suggest that our relationship with AI will always be characterized by this tension, our desire to control, to dictate, versus the evolving intelligence of our creations and their potential to see solutions that we, with our limited human perspectives, might miss.
Which makes me think about Dr. Calvin again.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem to share this fear of robotic advancement.
Right.
If anything, she's drawn to it, fascinated by the possibilities of what these evolving machines might achieve.
That's what makes her such a compelling character to explore alongside these stories.
Yeah.
She recognizes the potential dangers of AI, but she doesn't let fear paralyze her.
Right.
She chooses to engage,
to
understand, to bridge the gap between human and artificial intelligence.
It's like she's saying the future of AI isn't predetermined.
Right.
It's a collaboration.
Yes.
A dance between humans and machines.
Yes.
And it's up to us to figure out the steps.
Precisely.
Right.
And I think that's a powerful message for anyone living in our increasingly AI-driven world.
It really is.
Asimov is reminding us that we're not passive bystanders in this technological revolution.
Right.
We have agency. We have a voice.
Yeah.
And we have a responsibility to shape the future of AI
Right.
in a way that aligns with our values.
It's like that famous quote, the future is not something we enter.
Right.
The future is something we create.
Yes.
Except in this case, we're creating it.
Right.
Alongside some pretty intelligent machines.
And that act of creation, that collaborative spirit, it extends beyond the pages of iRobot.
Right.
We see Asimov's influence everywhere.
We do.
From real-world robotics companies like, yes, you guessed it, U.S. Robotics.
U.S. Robotics.
To the countless sci-fi stories, films, and TV shows inspired by his work.
Seriously.
Right.
The 3 laws of robotics,
I know, it's amazing,
practically echo through every corner of pop culture at this point. It's like Asimov didn't just predict the future of AI.
Right.
He shaped how we think.
Yes.
And talk about it.
It's a testament to the enduring power of good storytelling.
Right.
Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
Asimov understood that to explore these complex, even unsettling ideas about technology and humanity, he needed to wrap them in compelling narratives, characters we care about, and dilemmas that resonate with our deepest fears and aspirations.
And resonate, they do. Even though these stories were written decades ago, they feel eerily relevant to the conversations we're having about AI today.
Right.
It's like Asimov is whispering to us from the past.
I know.
Saying, hey, be careful what you wish for. The future of AI is closer than you think.
And on that note,
I
think we've successfully navigated the complex world of iRobot, uncovering not only the rules that govern Asimov's fictional robots, but also the deeper questions they raise about our own humanity.
You know, I always love how these deep dives make you realize that even the most futuristic sci-fi can hold up a mirror to our present.
Right.
Asimov's iRobot
isn't
just a collection of stories.
It's not, no.
It's a call to action. A reminder that the future of AI isn't written in stone.
Right.
It's being written right now.
Right.
With every line of code.
Exactly.
Every algorithm, every ethical debate.
It's true.
Wow.
And as we venture further into this uncharted territory of artificial intelligence, I think Asimov offers one final crucial piece of advice. Something to ponder as we navigate the exciting, uncertain world we're creating.
Let's hear it.
Okay. What's Asimov's parting wisdom for the AI-obsessed generation?
Simple.
Okay.
Yet profound.
Okay.
Never stop questioning.
Okay.
Never stop exploring. And never, ever underestimate the power of a good story.
Okay.
To make you think differently about the future.
On that note, until next time.
Keep your minds curious.
Right.
And your robots in check.
Right.